Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to Spirit Medium Laura Mediumship and Messages. Here you can enjoy healing to happiness with exceptional, evidential, and ethical spirit communications. Spirit Medium Laura has been channeling spirit for over 30 years. She is a research medium and has featured as a top 100 psychic in America. Here is Spirit Medium Laura now.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. Tonight, this is Spirit Medium Laura. Tonight, we will be doing, as usual, a mix of various different spiritual intuitive services. The beginning of the show will have a group message, and then about 15 to 20 minutes into the show, I will be doing or favoring Otherside connections. And then I will be going into a mix of different things. We have somebody in the queue waiting for me to help her find a missing cat, which I might pop up towards the beginning of the show, as she did call in, by the way, first, which automatically is something to be awarded, but it's also something a little different. So in case I don't have any other side connections. So I want to thank everybody for coming in. If you do have an urgent matter that just can't wait, you can donate 8 and jump the gate. And that's item 3 on the website for this show. The website for the show is spiritmediumtv.com. That's spiritmediumtv.com. And there are various other things that you can obtain at that location, that website for this show. There are 5 things, actually. You can obtain a sale. Description is how to get a 25% discount is described at item 1 on spiritmediumtv.com. How to be in to win a private session with me is item 2 on spiritmediumtv.com. And basically, it's joining the mailing list. I obtained, 5 different emails when I was pre-screening the callers. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for giving me your email. And you have now obtained entry to the contest to win a private session with me for the month of September. It's a monthly contest, so therefore you are not competing with everyone on the mailing list. So it means you have a better chance to win. On spiritmediumtv.com, you can also jump the queue, as I mentioned at the beginning. If you have an urgent matter that just can't wait, donate 8 and jump the gate, which goes in part to help my favorite animal charity, which is the one I'm donating to currently. You can also get information about how to get certified as a soul psychic healer. It's a certification program that I've written, self-paced. It takes 4 months approximately to complete. There are also just 4 one-month courses in that information. So if you didn't want to get certified but was interested in learning more about mediumship, there is a course on that, a few other things. That's item 4 on spiritmediumtv.com. And then, I saved the best for last. If you want to watch this radio show as a TV show, if you want to see me live in front of the camera, all my bags, wrinkles, and funny faces, you can go to item 5 on spiritmediumtv.com. And so a few other things. I will be a public speaker at a paranormal group in November. It will be here in the southeast portion of the United States. So that will be on my meetup. And if you're curious, just go to meetup.com. If you put in Spirit Medium Laura, you'll find my meetup, no matter where you are, which lets you know what's going on locally, and some virtual events as well, as most of you are here for the virtual event of the radio show. I want to thank you all for being here. I have a nice little testimonial on spiritmediumtv.com from Jessica Brody, who read for quite a while ago. She says, "Hi, Laura. Thank you. I received the recording. By the way, every session is recorded for you if you have a private session with me. I really enjoyed the session, and I left feeling lighter and more peaceful. You really tuned into information with my mom, and that was extremely insightful to me." Then she, I'm not going to read it word for word, but there was a dog that I saw in the vision, the clairvoyant vision sent from the other side, and she recognized the dog, and she just wanted to let me know that she had a good reading, and hope that she meets me again. There's more details on Spirit Medium TV, which is where I've read that from. And so tonight we have a focus subject. And the focus subject will always be on the right sidebar of Spirit Medium TV. There's recent posts. On the right side of Spirit Medium TV, in the right sidebar, there's also a video, and that's like some of the better radio shows that got recorded. They go there in a YouTube playlist. You go down a little bit, and you'll see recent posts. You can search for the post if you're listening to this in the future, and you put the words self-worth in the search box. This particular post would come up. And so this particular post is all about self-worth, gaining the bliss of self-worth. How do you like that? Wow, I really went to town on this one, didn't I? So what's this all about? Well, the thing that started me thinking about this is this past Saturday, I attended a paranormal group. I'm very interested in everything paranormal, and there was a speaker and a film on what is called induced after-death communication. That's what we saw. And by the way, if you're interested in more information on Dr. Botkin, who developed this technique, which comes from EMDR, which is a therapy used for trauma patients, post-traumatic stress disorder patients. Then you go to the article, which again would have self-worth in the title name. And so anyway, at that event, I was talking to the organizer, a very nice man, and we were talking about mediumship because I'm going to be his guest in November. And he knows a lot of he knows a lot about the field of mediums and those that are current today and those that are good today. And he was talking about how someone at a reputable organization thinks that a very famous medium should not charge as much as he charges. The famous medium is George Anderson, who I know about for many, many years. I have a lot of respect for George Anderson, and I know that he came in as the most accurate tested medium in a series of tests given by Dr. Gary Schwartz, and the experiments, these afterlife experiments, are discussed in a book by Dr. Schwartz. And George Anderson is one of the mediums that was tested, and I think his accuracy rate was like 86% or something, which is pretty high. If you ever talk to a medium and he or she says, I'm 100% accurate, well, one of the top mediums in the world is 86% accurate, so always keep that in mind. In any event, George Anderson, I didn't know what he was charging, but all I know is that we were talking about it Saturday, and this man who's organized the paranormal group was stating how exorbitant the fees are. And I just thought about that, and I was like, well, if people are willing to pay a certain price, maybe they feel it's worth it. I mean, he is really tested as one of the most accurate mediums in the world. His sessions start at $1,200. Yeah, $1,200. But it brought me to this thought. Like, I do hear people every now and then say that for psychic services, particularly mediumship, there should be no fee involved, and it's God's work. And there's a lot of interesting ideas about money, the transfer of money, and for the exchange of spiritual comfort, if you will. And I just feel that if you feel that if you have the self-worth to feel you're worthy, or you are worth that amount, $1,200 an hour, and if other people feel it is worth it, and they're willing to pay it, well, I don't see anything wrong with that. I mean, I think that there's a certain duty that we all have as spiritual servants, if you will, to provide some level of help at lower fees, if you will, of free things. I do the radio show, and I have the donation, and I also have a discount, and I also work with people sometimes if they're not really able. I try not to turn anyone away if I feel I can be of help. Sometimes I feel I can't be, by the way, so I turn those kind of people away. Anyway, self-worth is the idea behind all of this. If you feel that you're worth something, then why not charge it if people are willing to pay it? But there's even something else behind all of this, and that is, if George Anderson did not feel he had the talent, for some reason, maybe he had low self-esteem, okay, maybe he had low self-worth, and he just charged an average rate or maybe subpar. Uh, First of all, so his talent would never be acknowledged, it would never be revealed, and it would never be discovered. So self-worth has everything to do with service as well. If you feel you're worth it, then you may charge more, you may not charge more. Now, I don't want you to think this is all about money. It's about everything. We own our abilities. We own our self-worth. We just own it for whatever reason. It doesn't mean you earned it. It doesn't mean you're better than anyone else. It just means that you have a sense of self that is connected to source. Okay? It's a spiritual thing. See, your self-worth should come from a place that is infinite, is spiritual. As a being that is part of the universal consciousness, by virtue of that, having self-worth is simply the statement, I am that I am. So if that's what Christ said is a spiritual statement, and what it basically means is I am part of the all. I am part of the overall consciousness, energetic consciousness of God, if you want to call it God, or the energy matrix, or the infinite intelligence, whatever your terminology is. So self-worth, claiming worth of self, has everything to do with claiming you're part of the omnipotence about you. It's a spiritual thing. And if you do it, you'll find that you move to a higher vibration, higher frequency. If you're depressed, you might find you're less depressed. And there are symptoms, by the way, of having low self-worth, and that's in the article as well. Let's see what I wrote. I wrote it when I was in a little bit of a fog this morning. But for example, in love relationships, do you do all the work in a relationship? Are you the one always providing and never receiving? Do you allow people to not be supportive of you? That might be a symptom of low self-worth. Okay. How about self-discovery? Do you know what you want in life? Do you even take time to ask yourself? Or do you already feel that you're not worthy of something that you might want, and so never even bothered to hear what is in your deepest heart and subconscious? Health, the area of health. Do you have chronic health conditions, or even just temporary health conditions that you're not treating adequately, or trying to remedy in some way? I've had a real lot of pain in my right knee and my right hip, and I'm doing everything I can to figure out what the solution would be to that. Depression could be another symptom, as I mentioned earlier. If you feel lonely, upset, or anxious more often than not, do you have an action plan to address that? Okay, whatever it might be. Okay, it could be nutrition, it could be prescription, whatever. Maybe it's a change of jobs. But listen to yourself, hear yourself, and if you're not, then your self-worth is in question. And there's more things on that list. I don't want to spend too much time going on it, but I have about 1, 2, 3. I have to fix it. I have 3 twice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 things on that list. So it becomes a matter of spirituality to have self-worth. And when one does experience self-worth, they will also experience feelings every now and then of higher consciousness, and experience their connection to that sense of love. If you've ever heard anyone who's gone into the light, maybe they had a near-death experience, the first thing they're going to say is this feeling of blissful love all around you. Well, the more you've developed your own sense of self-worth, the more you're going to experience that blissful light around you on a regular basis, a light of feeling that you're protected, that you're part of divine consciousness, and a much deeper sense of peace and well-being. So self-worth is something to pay attention to, and it also is something to give yourself and others. When you are in a higher level of self-worth, everyone will benefit by your vibrational shift. In the case of George Anderson, his recognizing through his own sense of self-worth that he has a gift, a highly accurate gift that offers comforts to others, and then he he prices it accordingly so that it is identified. He's serving. He's serving in the way he needs to serve. So when we identify our self-worth and then use our self-worth as a gift to others, we've raised our vibration. There's a lot to it. I mean, I may sound a little bit tongue-tied as I discuss this, but the more I think about it, the more I realize how many different aspects there are to self-worth. Okay, so we're going to do now a little brief meditation, prayer, and energy connection, and then I will be channeling a group message for all of you lovely, lovely attendees this evening. So if you will, sit back, uncross your arms and legs, and start to focus on breath from your abdominal area, allowing yourself to get light and relaxed. Just relax. Breathing through your abdominal area, allowing yourself to get gently opened to spirit. If you are wanting an other side connection, if you would please ask that loved one in spirit to come in for you. If you are calling this evening for an answer to a question pertaining to your own life, please ask spirit that the answer be given to you, either through the radio show or through some other mechanism. And if you're needing a healing, do the same. Ask that the healing be gotten. And so, as you do that, I will go do the prayer. I'll be back in a second. And now what I'd like you all to do, on your next exhale of breath, I would like you to release into your space your energy. And I will connect us one moment, please. Okay, good. And so give me a moment while I make a connection to the ones for the channeling. We are here. We are the ones. We have come to speak with all of you in love and harmony. We have come this evening to say to all of you, hello, we are here with you, and we love each and every one of you. As you listen to the messages that we divine for you this evening, and at any time that you are hearing these messages, you will notice that your own energy shifts. You will feel lighter, happier. It might be a sense of a bit of dizziness at your crown or your higher center brain, the center of your head at the top. As you start to feel this lightness of being, as you start to feel that you are being drawn to a higher plane or dimension, we are pulling you upwards. We are pulling you to a place of higher joy, higher expectation, and also higher receptivity. In your heart, all of you, you know everything about yourself. You know that you would like many, many things. If you were to use this idea of opening up the crown of your head and allowing it to continue up to higher planes and dimensions, as if it were a beam of light, and then ask and receive, you will find that the reception will be easier. It is a technique called heralding the ones, and we will hear you. We will work with you, and we will listen to you. We will work with you to bring in that which you would like to receive. So the next time you are looking to receive something, go into a quiet, meditative state. Envision that at the crown, the top of your head, you have an opening, and that there is light pouring out from your own being and pouring in from higher dimensions. And then state your problem, state your question, state your desire as a prayer. We will be there to help you. You will know that you are being received, as you might feel a slight dizziness or a slight feeling of wooziness as you open to higher dimensions. This will show you that you are truly connected. As well, when you do this, you will have a clearing and a cleansing of heart, mind, body, soul. Do this often. You will find your connection to Source God, to Spirit God, will enhance over time. Namaste. Wow, that's interesting. You know, when they told me they were going to talk about ask and receive, they didn't say anything about that exercise, which was kind of interesting. Okay, so I'm going to go to the first person wanting an other side connection, and I believe that would be Carol. Okay, we're going to Carol. Carol?
Hello there.
Hi. I'm just going to say something before I go into your energy. Earlier, because I don't know really, when I was getting ready for the show, a woman appeared before me, like, and clairvoyantly. And she had like a car. I was wondering, maybe it goes with you. It'd be just interesting, it's a little bit of an exercise to see. Yeah, to see what this is. But let me see if you own this, and if not, then I'm just going to go to your energy and start that way, which is what I'm supposed to do, by the way. But I'm just going to have a little fun with you for a moment, okay? There was a woman that showed to me, and she had, her hair was shoulder length. It was, crisply cut, like blunted. It had a little bit of wave to it, had a little bit of bang to it, had a little bit of wave to it. She even features, full lips. Hair had a caramel color to it, to brownish color. Also was graying, and I don't have enough. She seems so different at that moment, so unique. But now I can't describe it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch to you and your energy, and then I'm going to see what happens, and we'll see if I can match it up a little bit, love. Okay. Hold on. Carol 707. Okay, Carol's. Okay, you have a mother. You have a mother in spirit, mother of loving person. This is a woman I'm seeing now. Mother could also mean grandma, or a mother figure. Could be somebody who's older in the family. I also feel this is an energy to you that's female, that would be in spirit also. It seems like a sister energy or a friend energy, if you will. There's a couple of people floating around. But the one I want to just develop right now is one that seems to have problems with her ankles. And that it looks like an older woman with a lot of problems with her ankles and a lot of toxicity in her bloodstream for a portion of her life. Her ankles are swollen. This is towards the end of her life or when she's getting older. A lot of pain in her lower legs. Would you understand this yet? I can continue.
Maybe my grandmother.
Okay, well, I also see that her original hair color was darker color, but she's showing me it was salt and pepper, and showing me a little bit of a page voice, coiffed nicely. It's on the shorter side, but combed under, and she has a little bit of a bang or a little bit of softness in the hair, but mostly it's got some white with a little bit of darkness under it. She's calm personality, not very interested in achievement, sort of a laid-back person, not really trying to do a lot with her life other than be the mother, matriarch, raise a family, and have a home. She's very happy with her life, the way it was, and she says people should be more laid back about their lives. Everybody's always running around to and fro, trying to do this, trying to do that, trying to get an education, trying to be something more than what they are. She says it's important to always acknowledge what you are at a core level before you add all those layers on. And as she says all this, I'll come back to you in a moment, honey. I just have to go with the flow of this. I have a feeling that you're an achiever and that you've gone to higher education. Would you agree with that, please, Carol?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and she's trying to mother you a little bit to relax a little bit. In a moment, I'm going to go back to her and focus. Yeah, she's trying to mother you because you're very stressed out. Your life is very, very much in chaos. A lot of things going on, a lot of working parts. You're always trying to excel, to do this, to do that. You got a lot of things going on. But we'll come back to that we'll come back to that in a moment because I want to get some more about her because her ankles are like right in front of me. Show me those ankles, but I didn't get anything else about her. So hold on for a second. Okay. She also has a problem with her teeth.
Is your man?
Excuse me? What'd you
So
say?
is your man at all coming in?
Not at this moment, honey. Just let me finish with that, love.
Okay.
Okay. There's a problem in her mouth that she's got a really bad toothache or she's got a problem with her teeth. You might have remembered that. It must have been an incident that was pretty important because she's showing me her mouth, her teeth, as if she's had an abscess or she lost gum disease or something's going on with her teeth. I know that may not be something you know, but she is bothering to show it to me. So I would assume from that it might be something that's very important. Would you have any recall of that from mom, please? Grandma, please.
No.
You don't remember?
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Just hold on. Hold on. We're going to go a little further with her, and then we'll see if we could pull in the man. Hold on. Grandma? Okay, a lot of toxicity in her blood towards the end of her life. She has a fever, and she's not feeling well at all. It's like a flu or an influenza or something like that that's going on in her bloodstream. Do you remember that about Grandma towards the end of her life, please? Fever, something in her bloodstream.
She had cancer.
Okay. I don't want you to volunteer anything, honey. Just answer my questions yes or no, and I will make sure that, I say it better to you so I don't get you to reveal things. Thank you, love. So she's giving me the idea that she has a flu or influenza, and that's her way of saying that there's something in the blood that's destroying her well-being. She might have felt like she had the flu, as some people do when it spreads through the body. So I'll just leave it to you like that. Okay. She didn't get to that part of it. Okay. All right. Okay, hold on. Let's see what else she wants to say to you, and then we'll go see if there's somebody else for you. Flu or influenza. She felt like she had a flu. Okay, she felt like she had toxicity. That's how it felt to her. So that's if you told me it was cancer, that's fine. She said, okay, throwing up. Not able to get around, feeling sick for a long period of time. It's not fast passing, it's an over time passing and a fading away. They try to do some things for her in the hospital. It didn't work. Whatever they did, obviously it didn't work, but she's trying to show me what happened. Some people don't choose that kind of treatment. They just go to hospice, but she's giving me the information that they do try to give her some kind of treatment, but it doesn't work. She's going into a hospital and she comes out. She's unharmed by the procedure, but not better by it. I also have the sense that there's a male under her, like a son, or there is a male under her. Would you understand does she have a son, honey, of some sort? I mean, do you have if it's your mom, I don't know what mother it is, what grandma it is. I don't know if it's your mom's mom.
Well, I'm thinking it's my mother's mother, and there are several sons that have passed away.
Okay. And again, I just want to say there's a male under her, meaning she had a son of some sort. If there's several, that's fine. It doesn't mean they're in spirit. It's just a sense of family relationships right now. That's all I can tell you. I'm just trying to do what I'm doing on my end of it. But thank you again. Now, I guess you're saying you've lost a male. Maybe it's a father, or maybe it's a brother or a husband or someone like that. I'm going to give it a very quick C, because I only do one connection per caller, honey. So bear with me for a moment. Okay, Carol? Okay, let me just see. Let me see if there's somebody there for you. Somebody feels a little younger to you, not older, or not even peer group to you. Feels like a younger person. It feels like a boy. Okay. Have you lost a child at all, honey? Feels like you've lost.
Not me, but I had a childhood friend that passed.
Okay. Well, that's the first thing I'm getting, okay? So I'm just going to see if I could give it a little bit more development, and then I'm going to have to hop, okay? So a younger boy, younger than you. Okay, hold on. He handles it well, very accepting of what's going on. I see, it seems like an illness. Would you understand just yes or no, please? If there was an illness involved, okay? He's a calm child. He's not acting out. I see brown hair on his head. I see him younger, wearing jammies. Still wearing jammies through the healing calamity or process. And the hair it's kind of cute the way he wore the hair. This combed into the front with a bit of bangs, and then combed around the side with some, that. Okay, good. He says thank you for recognizing him. He wants his parents to know he's safe. He's not at all hurt anymore, and he's feeling good now. There's something to do with breathing capabilities that are better for him now. Would you understand breathing? Just yes or no, please. The chest.
No, not breathing.
Okay. Well, he tells me that, so maybe it had something to do with some of his symptoms. Okay, I'll just leave it like that. He says the teddy bear is with him in the spirit world, and they gave him a teddy bear before he transitioned. He likes the teddy bear. He's using that as further evidence. I'm not sure if you would know about that or not, but I want you to know that might be something to transfer over to the people that lost him about the teddy bear. Okay. All right, honey. Thank you so much, love, for calling in. Thank you, honey. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Now I'm going to go to Susie, honey. Maybe we could do you at the end of the show, love. But would you do me a favor and see who 631 is all about? And then I'll do you at the end of the show. I'm going to do the missing cat now. Okay. Hey, Veronica with the missing cat. Hey.
Hello.
Hi. Okay, so let's just see. If you could give me a name of the cat, maybe. That's all I want really right now is the name.
Sarah.
That's S-A-R-A?
No, F-A. Farah.
Farah. Okay, Farah. Hold on. Let me see if I can find Farah. Farah. Do you have, there's something about a toy that you gave the cat. I don't know why they're showing me this, why I would be seeing a toy. Okay, hold on. Farah, you want to come in, sweetheart? This is for Veronica. It's 570. Okay, the first thing that she's, I'm getting a message about, this may just help me find some tag to her vibrationally. So I just got a bit of information. Was she left home alone a lot, Veronica? Just a yes or no, honey. Was she left home alone a lot, please? Yes or no, please?
No.
Okay. When the door would open to the house, would she try to dash out, please?
Yes.
Okay.
Always.
All right, because this is all, she gets the perception she's in the home and she doesn't like it. Okay, just she's giving me this perception, so she dashes out. And that's what I'm trying to get at. Maybe you might have been around, but that was her way of saying it to me. All right, so let's see. She's in the home. She doesn't want to be in the home. She wants to be outside. If the door opens, she's trying to get out all the time. She likes the flowers. She likes nature. She's in the neighborhood. She's floating around. She's doing things. So it's one of those days where it's really nice out, and the door opens and scat she goes. Now let's see what happens. Hold on. You've looked all around the neighborhood.
Yes.
I see a house. It's in the vicinity, and I feel very. I'll just precurse this. I don't really, I don't have anything to go on other than what I'm being shown. She's trapped in somebody's basement that she went in and she can't get out. Something like that. Is a basement near your home or home near your home? I see glass windows that look into the basement. It's like she's gotten into some place and she can't get out. And that's what I'm seeing. She's trapped. She's local to you. She's not that far away. And I know you've, looked up and down and this and that. Let me just see if she's alive or passed, if she's meowing or what she's doing. It's been a few days, and she could already.
Like 2 weeks.
Yeah. She could have already transpired because of that. Let me just see something here. Okay. Past. I think she's still alive. I think that she got out of that place because now she's showing me jumping up. She has something in her mouth, and she's trying to get out. She is getting out the window of this basement because the window is open now. So she gets out. She has something in her mouth as if she caught something. She's actually a pretty good hunter. I don't know if you know that or not. Have you ever seen her bring anything back when she gets any of those outdoors times when she runs away? Have you ever seen her do that? Because she's a
bugs now and again. Bring little bugs in.
Okay, well, she's good at hunting, and I think she's been able to survive, capturing things here and there. She is pretty hungry, but I think she's found a few things to eat that she found, like a rodent or something she found on her own, and she's like disoriented, and she's out in the field somewhere floating around. Now, will she come home? Can she figure out how to get home? I think that she will be able to come home, and I think that she will figure out how to come home. But I think that she was just trapped for a period of time, and then she was able to get out again. That's what I'm getting. I will stick with that because she is able to survive, and that I think that she will be able to come home. So keep your fingers crossed, keep looking for her, and I do feel that she will be able to come home. Eventually, it might not be right away, but it might be another couple of weeks before she comes back to the house and surfaces there. I don't like to give false hope, and I don't know what else to say, but that's the best I can do right now.
Is there something I can do to focus on her so I can have her attention?
Yes, there is. And this is good for everyone to know. If you go into a meditative state, imagine anybody, it could be sent to a person, or an animal. Imagine their forehead, and send from your forehead to their forehead a strong feeling or instructions. Sending emotion with the instructions would help, like, we're looking for you. come home, we're here, or almost like maybe even send out a beacon. We're here, come home. Then they will come home. Okay, a little more information just came in that I feel that somebody took her in because that's part of that trapped thing that I talked about earlier. Somebody took her in, and that she's able to get out. You see, because she's she's that kind of cat, very pretty animal, and somebody took her in.
Yeah, she is. She's a tuxedo.
Yeah, she's very pretty. I see the white. I saw white on her and fluffy. There's a fluffiness there. She's a very pretty animal, and she's able to get in. So I feel somebody took her in when they saw her wandering, and then she's going to try to get out again. So that's delaying return home, and that's what I feel. So keep sending her the messages. I don't feel she's that far away, but if for some reason or other, whoever has her doesn't realize it's yours. So just keep up the mechanisms that you have, okay? Keep up and also if you know any vets, let them know locally, because I believe the person that took her in might be inquiring with some vets.
Okay, yeah, she has her a tracker and everything, so if they take her, they can track her back to us.
All right. Well, go to some vets and see what you come up with. Just mention this cat's missing. Okay? And then I believe this person who's taken her in is fairly responsible and would probably want to check in that way. And I'm feeling it's a possibility this cat will come back to you. So let's see what happens. Okay, Veronica?
All right. Thank you. I will let you know.
All right, honey. Thank you so much, love. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Okay. Let's see what we got here. It's 631. Thanks, Susie B. Call drop, Julianne. Oh, Julianne. Yeah, that's what I had a feeling about that. Okay, I'm going to go to Julianne, and then Susie B, I'm going to come to you. Okay. Julianne, hi. Sorry, it's Julianne? No, Joanne. It's Joanne. I'm like, I know 631 was Joanne because I spoke to you earlier. Thank you.
Hi, Laura.
I had a funny feeling that you needed to be spoken with. Susie, thank you so much, honey, for finding her. Okay, Joanne. So go.
With Veronica's cat, I saw that cat going into a garage, a white chip garage door.
All right.
With a lot of bushes around it.
Oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, and I also feel that somebody saw the cat and picked her up. So she's been detained here and there, but she's been surviving.
She's close.
I do feel she's close
she's
to.
Close. Mm-hmm.
All right, good. Well, that's nice.
She'll get her back. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's good. Let's see what happens. Okay. All right, Joanne. Now go ahead, honey, and give me your question, love. Go with love, and just give me your question. Don't give me background. Go ahead.
Yeah. In spirit, is there a particular animal in spirit around me?
No.
Currently, or?
Oh, you're asking for another
something. Yeah, because something I've noticed, I picked up something with my dog here, one of my dogs here, that is, the correlation is astounding, because I took a picture, and I've seen something that has a characteristic that of a dog that has been transitioned in spirit.
Okay,
and
that's fine.
Don't tell me. There's so many things about the two of them that are just too coincidental, and I know there's no such thing as coincidences.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad. So I thought you had a life question, but this is actually another side connection, which is good because I usually do 2 other sides in the beginning of the show, and that was one of the reasons why I wanted her to check your line, because I have a feeling that you had other side question. Okay, Joanne 631. Any dogs in spirit for her, please? Yes or no, or any animals actually. Okay. So it's a dog that has longer ears and would you understand longer ears? Just yes or no, please, Joanne. Longer ears.
Yes.
Okay. And also the darker nose, a little bit of a longer snout. I don't know if I'm superimposing something that's very familiar to me over this animal, so I'm going to give it a moment more to clarify or just to confirm to me. Please come in, love. Okay, this used to be more of a Dachshund type dog. Would you understand that, please?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, kind of, well, something like that.
Okay, and a very, it has a longer snout, it has a dark snout, it has longer ears. Also, it's very calm, very calm temperament, calm personality. Very sweet, long. Okay, it's not a Dachshund, but it has a long. Okay, it's a bigger dog. Longer body, leanness to the frame, short fur, not long fur, and okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like almost a. It's a really big dog. I mean, it's like the size of a lamb or something. It's like a small lamb in size. Big dog. Actually is gentle like a lamb, but big. See, but gentle animal, but big animal. Very calm, very loving personality, very sweet. Listens to you when you tell her to sit down, to stand up. Wherever you go, she follows you. Very loyal animal and very well behaved animal. Never out of your sight for a moment. And mommy, she says, mommy, I love you, and we had the best connection in the world. There's something about in the chest area that bothers me, as if she might have had a heart ailment or something to do with the heart. Would you understand that, please?
Well, first of all, it's a he. Okay. I'm not a she. I don't know why you're picking up a feminine energy, because that dog that you are describing to a T is male. Chest. Not necessarily.
Okay. Well, then maybe it's just the sense of love. You know, maybe it's the sense of love she brings you to
that
heart.
Could be like the heartache. Yeah.
The heart.
And well, you know what? My heart ached so bad. I thought I was having a heart attack when he passed, because my heartache was so bad, and that was something that came through at one time. With my heart.
Well,
His heart was breaking. Yeah.
You know, it's like I still want to say she, so please forgive me, but it's just such a sweet, sweet energy, sweet energy, and a very good-looking, gorgeous dog. I do see now the snout. I see the longer ears, the short fur. It looks like. I'm not good with breeds of dogs. I should be a little bit better, but you know, I don't know. I don't know what kind of dog that is, but it's a big.
Do you want to know? Do you want to know?
Oh, just one moment. Let me just give you what I can get, and then, you know, just for your validation, okay? It looks like there's brown fur or more of a caramel kind of fur, very sweet and gentle temperament. Could be a, what do you call that kind of dog? Hold on for a second, love. I know you want to tell me, but just give me a moment, love. What do they call that dog? It's one of my favorite kind of dogs, actually. No, not that. It's on the tip of my tongue. You could go ahead and say what it is, love.
It's a Weimaraner.
Oh, okay. So I wouldn't have gotten it. But you know what was interesting? When I saw the dog with the very lean body, it had the bones sticking out of the upper back area. Is that what a Weimaraner would have? Some of those bones sticking out, like?
Weimaraners are blue. Weimaraners are blue. It's a German gun dog. And William Wegman used to photograph them. He would dress them up like people. I don't know if you ever seen him, like alphabet soup, A, B, C, D. He'd do the whole alphabet. Fay Ray was the first one, and Chundo and Ray Ray. They were all his dogs.
Wow.
You never saw them. They're blue with the big long ears. They're so human-like, big gold.
Oh yeah, I just Googled it, and I was going to say it looks a lot like another kind of dog, which doesn't have that distinction to it. What do they call the other?
They're very aristocratic dogs. Yeah, very aristocratic.
Yeah, I see them. They're beautiful. I see puppies actually. I that came up, so I went to.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. All right. Well, the dog is here. The dog says hello. The dog loves you very much, and it says thank you for the transition. Because you know it was a very kind thing you did for the transition that you had to put the dog to sleep. He says thank you for that. We always wonder about that. So he says thank you, and he says I'm around you all the time, mommy, and he says he loves you very much. Okay, Joanne.
Yeah. See, the thing is, Maximus, the dog that you're communicating with, was more than just a pet. He was a service dog. He was a working canine. And I never thought I could replace him. But I know that he was such a wise dog that I really thought that I really believe that he actually helped me find my service dog today.
Oh.
And the thing that is very interesting, the thing that's interesting is that I photographed Maximus, or through photographs I would see these heart shapes around each of his eyes. It's not something that you'd see on photographs in general. And when I do it to Dante, who is a blue razor edge, it's the same body color, not the same breed, like a blue pit bull. When I took a photograph of Dante the other night, he had the same exact hearts, the same sizes, the same shape and diameter. It was happily eerie.
That is beautiful, yeah.
It was the same thing that only Maximus had.
Oh.
And he does things that Maximus had done. So I was wondering, like, where's the correlation? I mean, I don't think Max came back, but I'm wondering if Max is working with him. I mean, I truly believe Max had his paw in me finding Dante. But is Max working with this dog, or there's some kind of connection? I feel it.
Okay, well, let me just see if I can get a quick answer, and then we'll get on to some other calls. I have a massive queue waiting, but it's a very important question, Joanne. So let me just see. Maximus, his name is, right? You said the one in spirit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hold on.
Thank you.
Of course, he says, now, it's hard for me to really answer that question by providing evidence, because he's going to say yes, okay? He says, of course I am, and he calls you mommy again, okay? Maybe that's my own thing, but I feel there's a very strong connection there of, like parenting between you and him. Of course I am.
Yeah.
And I'm going to see if I could find a bit of evidence, love, that you haven't said thus far to help confirm that. And when just make sure he's saying this. Are you saying this, Maximus, honey? There's something about this dog that he likes very much. He says he cuddles with the dog when he sleeps, your new dog. He's around the dog a lot, and he sometimes licks the ears of the dog and all. He grooms the dog. He takes care of the dog for you. He wants to see you happy with the animal. There's also something about a toy that you gave him recently. It's very much like a toy that he had, Maximus had, and that the new dog likes that toy very much. That's the evidence that he would like to provide for you. The toy is very much similar to one he used to play with, and that is your piece of evidence. Do you understand, please, Joanne?
Yeah, I do.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, sweetheart.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you're welcome, honey. God bless, love. Thank you, honey, for calling in.
Thank you. Thank you, Laura, so much. Thanks, Max.
All right, love. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, I want you all to understand that you can always talk to your loved ones, animal or human, anytime you want, Joanne included. So don't worry, okay? And we even talked about talking to animals that are alive tonight with Veronica, sending out a beacon to her beautiful missing cat, Farah. Okay, so Susie, my beautiful friend, I will get to you either during the show or at the end, or I will get to you after the show. So don't worry about that, love. But I'm going to try to go to some of these other people who are waiting here who I haven't had a chance to speak with yet. And there's a healing, there's a life question. I'm going to go to Jennifer right now at 6:09. Hi, Jennifer. Jennifer?
Hello.
Hi, sweetie. Would you please give me your question, darling, and I will attempt to give you an answer. Just the question, no background.
I just wanted to see what's going to happen in my life, maybe within the next few months. I really don't have a question. I mean, that's kind of it.
All right. Well, let's see. I'm going to have to make a question. Okay, since you don't have one, I'm going to say, so Jennifer, is she going to, let's see, I think health, honey. Health is where they're bringing me for you.
Okay,
Jennifer 609, health. How's her health? It's good. You have good health generally. Have you been having a little bit of aches or pains in your body, please? Aches and pains, like maybe you might wonder what these are coming from or anything like that, please, Jennifer.
No, just normal stuff, but nothing in particular, no.
Well, one of the things I get is that you might be finding that you're very stressed at work a lot, and that you may be and also I see you coughing. These things coming up. You're asking me what I see. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing is that you may have a little bit of what you have to do is the advice here is because I feel you feeling like your body is achy more than it is now. You're going to feel more achy. And you're also going to feel like you've got a cold or a flu or something like that. And it's there. You have a lot of stress at work, and it's running you down. And they want you to try to take care of that because it will help you avoid any kind of illness or feeling run down as the winter comes in. But the stress in your life needs to be alleviated some. You're doing a very good job of it on your own, but they would suggest that you take a few other precautions. You don't smoke, do you? Do you smoke, honey?
No.
Okay. Are you near?
No, I don't.
Are you near anybody that smokes?
No.
All right. Well, just to do something. I'm sorry about that. I don't know where that came in from, but just to do something for the stress to eliminate it. I'm trying to figure. Did you once smoke before? Did you ever smoke?
I did. Yes.
Oh, okay. So they're gonna say something like that. It's like you took care of yourself with the smoking, you eliminated it. So they want to say what you can do, what you can do now to make your life even better. That was a good move for you. But there's something that you need to do that's going to be even better than that. They want you to start doing some of the more holistic health things, and pick up that thing you've been thinking about, which is perhaps juicing more and doing walking as a way to, just to improve your lifestyle more. So that is a message I'm getting. If you're not doing it now, give it a good consideration to do some vegetable juicing and also walking. Get out in this, the fresh air and sunshine. Help balance the stressful life that you have in more of a citified or urban environment. When you're in an office all the time, the toxicity of that place. It'll help balance that for you.
Okay.
Okay, sweetie?
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, love. Bye-bye. Okay. And so, we need a healing there. Okay, I just want to make sure I'm getting the one who's been waiting the longest because sometimes people float to the bottom of the queue. All righty, we're going to Mary, who wants a healing. Oh, I said you wanted a healing, but you had a psychic life question. Go ahead, Mary. Fire away. Give me your question, darling. Go ahead. Just give me the question.
Well, actually, I have a lot of questions, but, it's funny that you bring up healing because I do need healing. And I was told after getting a pap test that I have a slightly, I think I have an infection, and I am concerned that I'm going to need surgery as I had maybe about 4 years ago. So, I wanted to see if that's needed and if I need to heal whatever is there because I've had HPV for some time. And it usually clears stone, but in my case, it has not. So, if I could be healed of that, I would be so appreciative. And also, I've had tendonitis in my arms for some time, too.
All right.
And, even though I'm getting better, I still have some issues with it, and I'd love to get back to the piano.
All right. Well, I probably can only do one. I can only do one thing at a time, probably, unless they're related. But let me just see what's said. Is HPV? I know what it stands for, but is it also related to Epstein-Barr virus? Do you know anything about that, love? Do you know that?
No, I don't know anything about Epstein-Barr.
Okay, then just hold on. I see you said cervix. I guess you already said cervix. Is that correct, honey? You said your cervix is giving you trouble. Is that what you said? Your cervix? Did you say that before?
It is my cervix.
Okay. All right.
I didn't say.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, because they're taking me to your cervix. It's like all cut up or there's something there. You might have already had some damage done to it and or some other procedures done. Maybe they'd snip some of the flesh out to do a little bit of testing of it. But they have, okay, good. That's the area that they're drawing me to most important. It's inflamed right now. And so we're going to send in some healing light. I'm sending in healing light and intention to heal that. but I just want to find out if I can get to a spiritual, a mind-body cause, mind-body-soul cause for it as well. Okay, why is she having this spirit? Well, you're under a lot of stress also. You know, stress will always do that to you. And the HPV can be controlled by, hold on. Okay. I feel that the HPV comes when your breaks out more, it acts up more. You know, we all have HPV, you know, everybody has it. But then it's like, you know, it acts up when you're under more stress or run down. So what I'm seeing is, they're showing me drinking tea. Do you drink tea as a rule?
I drink green tea every day.
Okay, well that's good for you. It's filled with caffeine, but it is good for you. I also see that you should be adding a different kind of tea for healing properties. Something that's more of a black, darker looking tea, a dark tea. It would be very helpful for that for some reason. So, you know, I can look it up right now, but I'm on the radio show, so I can't. So what I'd like you to do is look up healing teas for HPV and cervix. Okay, you can look some of that up. But I feel that that would be very good for your system. Okay, and if you're not going to an Oriental medicine doctor or someone like that, you might want to try that for this particular situation, because they think that a tea or some kind of natural herb tea, a root tea or a tea from a root would be very, very healing for you. And that it would get rid of it in a more permanent way, in a more holistic way that works better with your body. As for the fatigue, there's something about fatigue. Hold on. Fatigue. Hold on. Something to do with your arms. There's a fatigue that affects your arms. It's overuse of your arms in a certain way. It's creating this, the tendonitis. So let me see what could be done about that, honey. Okay, so what I see is that you're using your arms or overusing them in certain repetitious movements. I guess similar to what they would call carpal tunnel syndrome, but it's affecting other ligaments and tendons in the shoulders and the arms and all of that. And so what needs to be done is to look at your diet and make it more anti-inflammatory. If you don't know what that is, just Google it, anti-inflammatory diet. It's basically plant-based. You know, you can have some fish and things like that, but more plant-based. Also, this tea is good, is great for that, and the other tea I'm talking about would be great for that. But also, I see you need to take some kind of breaks away from whatever you're doing with your arms during the day. Are you at a computer or something? What are you doing during the day?
Yeah, I sit in front of a computer all day.
Okay, so what I see you needing to do is to get up and stand up and stretch those arms up and around, and, you know, just allow them to kind of have a new life in a new movement away from the computer. You need to take regular breaks during the day to do that. So those are the couple of things, and I'm also going to just give you a little bit of healing, love, and light into those areas, and I'm doing that right now. I'm doing the cervix area as well, and I'm also sending up to your mind and your brain the healing also there to take superb and supreme care of you, your most honorable self, because there are guides in spirit looking out for you and helping you, and they're saying all of these ailments are there to help you have a wake-up call about self-care. Take care of yourself, love yourself, and be kind to yourself. And stop beating yourself up over the loss that you had a few months ago. Hold on. At work. Somehow you had a setback at work, you weren't promoted, something wasn't given to you, the money you wanted, something like that. And
90 seconds.
They're saying something about that, to forgive that and let it go, because it created a lot of unknown tension and illness in the body. I hope that makes sense to you, Mary. Does that make sense to you, honey?
Yeah, I guess it does. It does. It's more subtle than not being promoted.
Okay. Well, it's not as subtle.
Yeah.
It's not as subtle as it's showing in your body in a fatigue.
60 seconds.
The fatigue syndrome, particularly in the arms, but also the other part of your body, your immune system is weakened because of stress. So take supreme care of yourself, dear one, and you will heal.
Okay. And I was just wondering if the vitamins that I've ordered recently, like the vitamin E and B, would be helpful as well.
They're helpful, but for the specific, you were talking about for the arms? Or just for everything?
I'm talking about the HPV.
What I'm getting, the only thing I can say is I'm seeing a dark root that makes a black tea, and that you should go to an Oriental physician for that. The B vitamins and the E,
10 seconds.
E and B vitamins are helpful, and they will help a bit in a subtle way, back to that word subtle, but not as dramatically as the tea would. There's an infection in there that needs to be rooted out, excuse the pun on the word root, but it needs to be rooted out, and we'll take care of the whole thing for you. Don't worry about it, you're going to get better. But it seems to be a holistic remedy that comes from a food base or a plant base, and it would be in the form of a tea or maybe an extract of the tea that you could take in capsule form. Okay? I have to let you go now, sweetheart, because the show is over, darling. Thank you so much for calling in, Mary.
Oh, thank you, Laura.
Thank you, honey.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you, love. Okay, I'm going to give Susie B a quick reading of the other side, and I also want to remind everybody that if you're wanting a private session with me, just go to Book Laura, and if you put radio show in the event code field, you'll obtain 33% more time, which is the equivalent of a 25% discount. Okay, let me see if I can find Susie B. Susie. There, she's wanting another side connection. Hey, Susie, what's up?
Hello, doll. I do believe that one of my family members or friends just touched my arm.
Oh, okay. And so, what are you saying to me? You want me to see who that was, or what?
Or it could have been my spirit guide. So I don't know. I'm just saying in case somebody's around me.
Okay, let's see. Susie B. If there's somebody around her from spirit. Okay. Okay, there is a male to you. And he feels like he's more in your age group. So have you lost anyone that you can think of? Don't tell me who it is, just a yes or no. Is there somebody in your age group that is male that you would know that seems to have some kind of metabolic disorder, and he's carrying extra weight on his frame? Would you know anyone like that, please? Friend or someone like that? Susie.
Yeah, it could be. Just
yes or no, honey. There's a metabolic disorder he has. It's something in his body. It doesn't allow him to burn off calories easily. He also says that even though I'm telling you about a disorder in his body, it's not the cause of his passing. Seems to be something. There's something to do with an accident that takes his life, and he's dying suddenly. Would you understand that, please, for the one you're thinking of?
No.
Okay. Well, there is a male near you that's overweight, that has very fair skin, dark hair. He's a friend of the family, or a friend of you, or like a cousin, something like that. And that he's around you. This is what I'm picking up right now. Okay.
Okay.
He's Anglo-Saxon. He's not of a different race. He's white. He's got a little bit of pimples on his skin, not the best complexion in the world, and he's around you from time to time. Let me see who he is or why he would be around you.
Okay, I think I know who you're talking about. It could possibly, I don't know that he passed in an accident, but I think I know who you're talking about.
Okay. And he has very low self-esteem. He doesn't like himself very much. He likes you very much. You're a very kind person to him. You always spoke to him when he was at school, and you never overlooked him. You're always kind to him. And he speaks to you from the other side from time to time and does come in to say hello. And that's his message for you, is that he thanks you. He's very, very happy that you were around him during a portion of his life, and he wants you to know. He wants you to know how important you are to him, just for the little things that you said to him that made him feel better.
Oh, that's very wonderful. Very nice.
Yes, you always were.
I thank you.
Yeah, he wants, the theme earlier was self-worth. You helped him with his self-worth, and he wants to send back to you a compliment of how important your words are, and sometimes you don't realize how important they are, how they affect others, and how you can raise up somebody else's self-worth through your words. So he says thank you for that, and thank you for being there for him when he needed you. He says taking care of me. He means, you were looking after him in a way to help him feel better about himself.
Right. Okay. Well, I appreciate that. And I do that. I do that a lot, so, I find it to be, a good challenge to try to accomplish for somebody else. Because, other people don't take the time to do that.
And this is a perfect closure to the show, because we started with the whole idea of self-worth and how to help yourself have it. But everybody listening, when you think about that, when you're lifting others up, when you're giving them compliments, when you're helping them recognize what's special about them, you're contributing something very important. And so it's an interesting message at the end of this show. It's like putting a nice little bow and tie on the show, giving you're helping yourself with self-worth. And now here's Susie B being told that she helps somebody with self-worth. So thank you, Susie, for asking for that connection. It was very apropos.
Sure. Thank you, Laura.
Thank you, love. I'm going to say goodnight now. Thank you, honey.
All right. Good night.
Good night, honey. Okay, I want to thank everybody for calling in, and I'm going to be ending the show now. Namaste. Look forward to working with you all Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you all.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.